Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion, and we are back with Oronde
Was good.
and Matt.
What up?
And today, we are now entering the phase of our lives where we love, talking about NFL every week. And we're entering, the end of the draft. So today we're going to give our reactions to the draft, how we thought the draft went, how our teams did in the draft. Go Saints, I guess. And then we're just going to break down a couple of other things that we liked, that we didn't like, and some shockers, some with some late round picks. So first off, like, how do y'all think this draft went this year?
Uh
I
if
mean,
it if it weren't for the whole QB stuff, it would have
yeah,
been a pretty electric draft.
Yeah.
yeah.
But the that and what is it? Oh, and the Green Bay pulled out 600,000 attendees over the course of the 3 days, which is pretty much max capacity. Like they couldn't get any more people in. I think that's great. That says a lot of good stuff about our sport that we just need to cut down these commercial times, man. It's
Yeah.
really hurting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
I
Roger
mean,
Goodell said something about that. He said that like we should
yeah.
we should shorten the first round. That first round was awful, awful.
I mean, it's just all advertisements.
Yeah.
But anywho, yeah. I mean, the draft was honestly better than I thought. I thought it was gonna be pretty boring, but we saw a couple big trades. Shador sliding to the fifth round, no one expected. Especially him being like the sixth or seventh QB off the board is crazy to me. But
Psychotic.
yeah. Um, Of course, he ends up in Cleveland. I feel bad for him, but hopefully he can turn that franchise around. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
So, we're gonna pretty much just hop through each round. And we're gonna start with round one. Round one, Cam Ward goes first. The Jacksonville Jaguars trade up, get Travis Hunter. Abdul Carter goes three. Will Campbell goes four, and they're fourth and whatever. So looking at it as a Saints fan, Saints draft a defense of offensive tackle, Kelvon Banks from Texas. Knew nothing about him. I'm okay with that. We've lost a couple of offensive linemen this season, and so I'm not mad at all about that happening. So, what do y'all think are some other shocking things, or some things from the first round that you didn't expect or you did expect? What caught your eyes in that first round?
I've got a few.
Yeah.
One, the I gotta start with the Cowboys. Like I understand getting a lineman first is important. However, they have bigger problems to fill than their line. Second of all, I appreciate the Falcons' boldness to trade up and to get James Pierce and Jalen Walker. Uh, I, what are you gearing up for? I don't think your D line was that horrible. You need to get both of them.
Well, Oronde,
But
they could never like Atlanta can never figure out edge rushers ever.
to
So
get, but to get two of them is
yeah,
it
why
just it
not?
just it just it just baffled me. I'm not saying it's the wrong move, but it just baffled me
I
personally.
think I think it's great. I mean, Jalen Walker just ended up in their lap. I think
Yeah.
for where he was valued at, like going in that top 10 and getting him at 15 is great. James Pierce, people have mixed opinions on him. People say, Mike Green was better or
Mm.
Boston College guy. You make of it, but both of them were pretty solid. Um, Biggest one for me was Jackson Dart.
I was about to get
There
to
it is.
that.
That's
Yeah.
where I was going to.
Um, I don't know if it's just me or I don't know what y'all's opinions is on Jackson Dart, but
It ain't
I,
good.
I do not think highly of him, but what adds to the curiosity of this is John Gruden did a like grill the QB series leading up to the draft. And that man was laughing at Dart when he was like, "Hey, what's your like cadence?" He just
Yep.
yep.
that's it. You ain't got
Yep.
nothing. So like, what's your go to like when you're trying to jump the plate? Like we do two. You've been doing that for 3 years. Uh, anyways, that it just doesn't make any sense. But what does make sense and what concerns me is who the Eagles and who the Ravens got. Malachi starts out of Georgia for the Ravens and Jihad Campbell for Bama or out of Bama for Philadelphia. I don't need their defenses getting better.
Yeah.
I
But
really don't.
this is what's just so crazy about those teams. Like, Baltimore, like they're always going to be good, and then they just get like fed these like insane athletes just like handed to them in their lap. Like they already have an all-pro safety. They're like, let's go get another rookie safety. Why not? For Baltimore. And then like they had a like literally Philly had an all-pro linebacker, and they're like,
Yeah.
okay, let's just go draft another linebacker. Like it doesn't matter. Um, yeah, I mean I don't know. I think
And
it's just crazy how their infrastructure has been so consistent and so good these last, 5 years.
And the last two pieces I'll mention, which the rest of them are pretty much just good, either good or just as it is.
Right.
Emeka Ibuka to the Bucks,
Which I
which
like a lot.
I'm
I like that pick.
so not only am I happy that Ibuka got picked early, I'm also concerned that that wide receiver core is getting better with Artie Baker playing as well as he has been.
100%.
Then we have the Steelers. Chat was not very happy on draft night
No,
about Derek Harmon going to the Steelers.
no.
Every few minutes, who the Steelers get? Who the Steelers get? Why did they get him? Chat, we don't know.
But he was like one of the best D tackles in the
Not
draft.
only, but
Being
I get he was great. They had again more glaring problems to fix.
Mm.
He's a duck. Well, yeah, of course. But like I said, maybe it's an issue where they are waiting on Rodgers. Maybe they didn't believe in Shador as much as people thought.
They drafted Will
Maybe
Howard. I like
maybe
Will
they're
Howard, but
waiting for next year.
why?
Will Howard's quarterback one right now.
Yeah, he is, in fact, quarterback one,
Their
which we'll get to
their
that.
their QB room is Mason Randolph,
Rudolph?
Rudolph, excuse me, good Lord, Will Howard, and Skylar Thompson.
What a fun time.
Yeah,
What a fun time from to Mike Tomlin. I mean, like, I don't know. So here's a couple different ones I like. Obviously, we like Ashton Jeanty to the Raiders. That's a great
Right.
pick. Tyler Warren, I like. I think very underrated to the Colts. I think he definitely provides something for that quarterback over there, Anthony Richardson. I mean, we talked
get
about
it
a little
over
bit
to.
Jackson Dart clown show, in my opinion. The idea that he went in the first round, the idea that he went to the Giants. The Giants franchise organization are a bunch of medically insane or clinically insane psychopaths. Like, how do you draft? How do you trade back up to get a quarterback who's going to be there around 2 and 3? Doesn't make sense to me personally.
Right.
Um, and so I mean, they could go ahead and they did what they did, and I think like what confuses me is that like we saw a quarterback gone and Cam Ward at the number one spot, and truthfully, there weren't going to be any more gone until round 2 or 3,
Right.
or late round 2 or 3. So speaking of round two.
This is like someone panic drafting in the fantasy league.
I mean, hold on, You say panic drafting. Let's jump to round two. As a fan of the New Orleans Saints, Tyler Shrug, Louisville, have we lost our minds?
Tyler
Like,
Shell. There's no R.
I don't care what his
It's
name
the
is,
tank for Archie though.
but like, but why? Then why in the second round you pick a quarterback? Why? If we're taking for Archie, he's going to be there round 7. He wasn't going to get picked by no one else.
I don't
No
know
one
about
else was going
that.
to pick him.
I don't know about that one. He definitely would have been there. He
He would
definitely
have
would.
been there round 4, yes or no?
I think
Yes.
he still would have gotten drafted over Shador.
It doesn't matter. Shador went round 5. Like to me, like this doesn't make this isn't a logical pick for us. Like we have a new head coach in what's his name? I don't even know his name. Kellen
Kellen
Moore.
Moore.
We got Kellen Moore, who's an offensive genius, like so people say. But yeah, we sit here and draft Tyler Shrug. Like, he sees something in Tyler that no one else in America sees. No one else in America. Because I'm at a loss for words about this atrocity that we put on paper just now. I mean, Shrug goes only quarterback to go in the second round. But then, the Cardinals pick up Will Johnson, fantastic pick, second round. Um, Bears pick up their wide receiver 3 or 4. Great pick there.
I love what the Browns and
Yep.
Patriots getting Judkins and
Dude,
Yep.
I
Henderson.
called the Judkins one, and I was again very happy about that because he is going to fit in nicely in Cleveland.
How you feeling about Henderson, man? Your Patriots got
I
you a running
also
back going.
called that one, and I was very happy. I'm going to say it again. I'm tired of Ramondre Stevenson. He's got fumble issues. He
Yeah.
doesn't have this breakaway speed for some reason. He hasn't been hurt that much either. I don't get it why he is underperforming. I'm happy to have Henderson.
Yeah.
As Gus Johnson says, he got that run to the barbecue speed. Like
Yeah.
we gotta have it. Then while I'm on that topic, because there's a couple of other players that I think are going to fit in very nicely where they went. Benjamin Morrison with the Bucks, helping that Bucks secondary. While he does have a little bit out of Notre Dame, well, he does have a little bit of quickness issues with his hips, like turning his hips. He should do fine getting schemed into that secondary. And Elijah Ario going to Seattle, another tight end from Miami, played with Cam Ward. He should help with their big playability, and I think that he'll fit in just nice.
Yeah. Another one I'm looking at, if it pans out well, Will Johnson to the Cardinals.
Yes.
Um, Obviously he fell. He was supposed to be a top 10 pick. He fell because of injury concerns. He has some knee issues.
And he didn't run a 40 either.
He didn't run a 40, but like he was the most outside of Travis Hunter, he was like the most technically sound corner in the draft.
Yeah.
So like if he can stay healthy, they probably just have another Patrick Peterson on their hands. Like he's that good of a corner, and getting him in the second round is just insane value. Um, Another one I love, obviously being a Panthers fan, Nick Scorton out of A&M. Um, Absolute monster. He had like weight issues from, I believe he was at Purdue and then he transferred and he had like 10 sacks at Purdue and he was at like 250. Then he like gained a bunch of weight at A&M and was like 280, and his production was like a little like lower, but all like Texas A&M had like one of the best D lines in the country, so
Right.
like they were just pick and plugging whoever. But he was still super efficient, and the fact he fell that far and when he had like first round grades on him by scouts and stuff, I think is crazy. So I'm excited for him for
I
sure.
think we see a
Carolina.
common trend of people sliding way further than they should have this
Yeah,
year.
I
Oh
was gonna
yeah.
say, yeah,
It's
like, yeah,
compared to last year and the years prior, like at least staying within I think about 8 to 9 spots of their projected
yeah.
draft picks, and this year it's
We
not
saw
even
rounds.
close.
We saw rounds.
Entire rounds. Jack
Yeah.
Sawyer. I don't even think he
Yeah.
got drafted.
He was fifth round. He went somewhere, fifth round.
I was about to say I didn't even get to hear
Oh, he
about it.
went.
That's
He went to
I
he
think
went somewhere. I
he
think he might have went
signed.
to Cleveland, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
think he signed with Cleveland. But
I think
what
it's
I'm getting at is that he was supposed to go a lot higher than he where he went.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll look at it. But I mean, another one I like, Mike Green, obviously, Marshall kid should have been. I mean, round one
Yeah,
guy
but
went to
he
the Ravens. I
had
mean, Ravens are beefing up their line, their edge. I mean, they're all getting it done. Like I think we saw last year with the Patriots. They took that guy, that the offensive lineman. Who was it, Oronde? Like
Are
round
you
one.
talking about Cole Strange?
That one.
That
oh
guy's
yeah.
great.
And he's very good at his job. But they took, but they went unorthodox and went somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And like, these draft boards don't mean anything anymore. Like based off of this season, anyone is anyone can get drafted first round or last round. Simple as that. We
Yeah.
saw some dudes, some top guys in their positions not even get drafted.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
mean,
I mean, it is what it is with the NFL these days.
I was gonna
Like,
say back on the Mike Green stuff. I mean, the reason he fell was because he had some some issues off the field
hmm,
that we can't disclose. But yeah, it was kind of crazy that he was almost into the third round for him to finally get picked. But yeah,
yeah.
let's see.
So looking ahead, round three. Round three we got here.
We got the QBs coming off the board
I
mostly.
mean, quite literally, one went and then like it started moving a little bit. We saw Dylan Gabriel, quarterback out of um
Oregon.
Oregon, get picked 94th to the Browns. How we feeling about that, Matt? You a big Oregon guy? What are you
Yeah.
saying here?
I mean, Dylan was a solid player. He has a lot of experience. I think he was in college for like 5 years.
Jesus.
And he bounced around college, but he had his best year at Oregon. He was a Heisman finalist. He's a smaller quarterback. I believe he's like 5'10", 5'11". Um, I think he's fine. He's good. I think he just has to be put in a perfect situation. I don't know if that's Cleveland right now, but um, I think he could potentially be good. Another one I love the Jalen Milroe pick for Seattle. Um, maybe using him as like a gadget player like Taysom Hill or just whatever,
Dude,
however
imagine him in
Sam
the
Darnold does.
Wildcat.
Yeah, like I was thinking that too. Like if they can develop him and he just backs up for Sam Darnold, who knows? I
What do you
mean,
got? What do you got for Jordan Birch, edge for Cardinals?
Jordan Burks.
Oregon guy.
Another working guy.
Yeah, he was solid. He was a good run stopper, but I don't know. Oregon's like D line was like really good this year. Like that's where most of their players were drafted from anyways. And then like a couple of their O linemen, but I mean I don't think you can go wrong with any of them.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna be biased, of course. I'm hoping they have great careers, but yeah, we'll see.
I mean, Saints doubled up with both off defensive tackle or one defense tackle, one offense tackle from Texas. I mean, and
Good.
we went and got a safety from Virginia. I mean, we like. Here's my issue with the Saints, man. It's just like that Tyler Shuck was like pick just like took the win out of the whole franchise, man. It's like why not go somewhere else with that? But I'm not gonna talk about that all day long. But looking at those two dudes that the Saints picked up, safety, we needed a safety. I think our secondary has always been an issue, and it always gets banged up. So going and getting a rookie safety, a rookie secondary guy who can be some help is definitely productive. And then obviously with Cameron Jordan, he's probably a couple seasons, max 2 seasons left in his career.
Yep.
So we gotta look and find his replacement early before it gets too late. And I think this could definitely be one of those guys. I mean, Texas's offensive line and defense was really good last year. So we should he should be good enough to last for us for a while. But like just looking ahead, I like Dylan Gabe uh there, but I almost think he would have been there in round 4 and 5 as well.
Yeah,
And
certainly.
some of these like I just don't why do we think some of these quarterbacks were picked so early over other quarterbacks? And we'll jump around 4 see if there's
Interview
any mental
process for
support there.
sure.
Interview
I think
process,
they
but
interviewed really well compared
Yeah,
to
or
other quarterbacks.
actually participating in the combine, but I
Yep.
I don't see how that's a linear issue
yeah.
per se. But speaking of linear issues, the Patriots decide to draft a short wide receiver. Now, is he a big play threat? Absolutely, because he is a threat in sneaking through zones. But I was like, who is this guy? I actually had to go watch some tape. He looks cool, but he's also like 5'10".
Yeah.
So that's fun. That's all I had for the third round. And Xavier Watts, but he's good. I don't have to say anything. He got picked up by the Falcons. Safety.
I mean, round 4 is more explosive. Cam Scatterboo, do the Giants now have their Saquon that they let
Dude,
walk
I
away?
can't wait until I hear the Italian New York fans try to say his name.
Oh,
Scataboo!
the excitement that I am ready to watch this kid play in the National Football League.
He's gonna be
Honestly, he's
awesome.
gonna ball out. Simple as that.
I don't know
Oh,
how he fell so far.
what? I don't know. It's probably because he's white. No, I'm kidding.
It's
Um,
crazy.
I want to talk about the Panthers a little bit. In the third round, they went and double dipped for edge rushers and got
Mm,
Prince. I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not gonna
Kumam
ruin.
Island?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try it. Um, he's basically like he had the same comparisons as Nick Scorton, who they drafted in the second round, just like this super big, like speed rushing edge. Um, he went to Florida. He had some allegations in Florida. Apparently, he
mm.
like fought a fan.
Sounds
But
good.
it's
On a fan,
Florida.
that's some real shit.
But it's Florida, so like
Who
he's
knows?
okay. And like he had his best season at Ole Miss. So I think he had like 10 sacks on the year. So Um, if they, God, if they can develop right, just those two guys alone, that's going to be so exciting to see.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but everybody in our division got better except us. Everyone.
Yeah,
You
Atlanta
hate to
scares me a
you
little
hate
bit
to
too.
see it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Atlanta
Atlanta had a lot of really good picks for,
like, makes me want to throw up. I'm so sick and scared and sad, shaking in my boots. Yeah, but yeah, Giants got Cam's got to move. I like that pick a lot from the Giants. I love I like the Trevor Etienne pick as well for the Panthers, man. Like helps them out at running back, gives them another versatile player. Um, and Dylan Sampson dropped into the fourth round, arguably a top three back in college football. Like when healthy, he is that guy. Browns cooked this draft, by the way. Cooked,
I
cooked
think they got a A or A plus rating from PFF this season,
at
this
least.
off
yeah.
season.
Obviously, who knows? Those grades, don't matter half
I
the
mean,
time.
of course, but on the surface level, it does look good
It
because
boosts your
Oh
ego a
yeah.
little bit.
Oh, and people. Oh, the fact that people were like shitting on him for trading back. Yes, it's Travis Hunter. Yes, he's generational.
But they got some comp.
But they got a lot of picks back.
Yeah.
They have the Jaguars first next year. They got a second from them this year. Jacksonville to me is still not a good team.
Nope.
Yes, Travis Hunter is great. He
One
will
guy.
definitely change the culture of that team, but Trevor Lawrence is still questionable. ETN is still questionable. Brian Thomas is insane. Their D line is solid. I'll give them that, but that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Um, Coaching is questionable. So, um, God, the Browns, man, yeah, and people are, if we go back to the Mason Graham thing, like people are like, oh, they should have gone offense. Like, of course, they need to go offense, but it's
Yeah.
like at that point, just pick best available. And
Yeah.
Mason Graham's just going to be a beast for like 5 years. Once Miles Garrett's out of there, he'll be the
Hmm.
next best thing. So it's like they'll be fine for sure.
speaking of people being a beast, uh, the Cardinals decided to pick up linebacker at Ohio State, Cody Simon. He's going to
Yeah.
feast out in the AFC West. But not only that, the Jaguars get Jack Kaiser, Notre Dame white guy linebacker. He should be able to fly around in that secondary and in the box because he is a downhill run stopper. Not only that, where is he? I
Sawyer?
forgot where he was. No, not Sawyer.
Mm.
Though he is a Steeler. Kind of
He
sad
is a
about
Steeler.
that. I don't want to see him in that division.
Yeah.
But Tennessee picks up Alec Iomanor, the Stanford wide receiver. Boy,
He's good. He
he is
fell a
really
lot.
good.
He fell.
I don't get why he fell so far.
I mean, I think receivers got shafted this year because there were just so
Like,
many really good ones out there, man.
he's 6'2", runs a 4.4,
Yeah.
had a 38 and a half vertical. Like that's just physical prowess that you should take advantage on top of the fact that he's really good at actually catching the ball and making contested catches because Stanford was not did not have the best quarterback throwing him the ball and not the best
No.
other wide receiver help. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
So making the best of his situation and getting drafted was awesome,
I mean,
but
Tennessee had a
it's
good draft too. I think Tennessee they built a foundation for them to find whatever they want in the future. Who knows what Tennessee wants to do, if we're being honest.
but people picking good is I'm going to bring up Lathan Ransom for Carolina. They
Yeah.
needed a safety
Thank
and
you.
boy did they get a good one.
Oh man.
I enjoyed watching him. He had 75 tackles in that stacked Ohio State secondary for that championship run.
You had a PFF
With
grade of like 90 for run support or just run stopping, which is just
mhm,
crazy for a safety in college.
three forced fumbles. I think he also had a couple pass breakups for a more run oriented safety. And he can do split work if necessary.
It wouldn't
Now,
be
will
bad.
he be a liability if he has to match up against Travis Hunter or somebody with top end speed? Probably. But that's going to be a scheming issue for your D coordinator. Also, the Titans got Gunnar Helm. I'm surprised he also fell this far as well. But what's new?
We're gonna be bad for a long time, Saints. Long time. Round five. Finally, his name is called Shador Sanders. to the Cleveland Browns. How we feeling about that? Like to me, like
Feels like a pity pick.
yeah, yep.
It really does feel like a pity pick.
Wait, it's a pity pick.
Yes. So streets are saying that Cleveland ownership wanted Shador sooner. The draft room did not. There is even the videos of the draft room or the war room reacting to literally every other pick that they made that night. Much more enthusiastic. Everybody is smiling, even Stefanski. But when Shador is smiling, or when Shador is drafted, that's all they got.
But it's like
All
why?
he
Like
got.
why?
So that
There's probably so
leads me to question this absolute uh, stacked in a bad way quarterback room that they have now. Five QBs,
Who's getting cut?
five,
Who's getting cut?
they have two rookie. I mean Pickett so I think Flacco's there just for mentorship.
I agree.
Now it's
which is
legitimately
good.
like Pickett, Dylan, and Shador are fighting for that number one. Um, Shador could easily win out, I think, out of all those guys.
Yeah.
Pickett will probably be the number two, and then Dylan will be number three.
I thought Pickett's getting cut. No?
Where would he go?
Hell, does it matter?
It doesn't.
I
But
don't know, but it's like at that point, why are you signing him? Or why'd
yeah,
you trade for him?
why'd you even sign him if you're gonna
Granted, I
do
think I think
this?
there's a lot of reasons, a lot of
But I
questions
don't
why.
think the war room expected to have to
True. I
hold
don't
on
think
to
that's
him
true.
I
too.
mean,
They
look at the
probably did.
Giants. Look what the Giants. The Giants did the same thing.
But the Giants actually have two more confident quarterbacks than
Fair.
the
Yeah,
Browns room.
I would rather have Russell and I mean Winston's a
Easy, easy.
wonder pick or a wonder guy right now. He's just bouncing around the league. But
Yeah.
Russ was solid last year. Jackson Dart, we'll see how he develops, but I don't know. I don't know what the Browns are doing. It
And
just
better
depends on
news, the Cowboys,
I
the
knew you were
Dallas
gonna.
Cowboys picked up Jaden Blue,
I was gonna go right there too.
and
Yeah,
I'm scared.
it's a great pick.
That is a really good pick. That's probably my favorite pick that the Cowboys have made
Yeah,
this draft
they had
season.
a really good draft.
They
Looking
had a
at
pretty underrated draft. As a Cowboys hater, I'd have to give them their flowers. Jaden Blue's great.
yeah.
Shamar James out of Florida is also really good.
the
Smaller guy,
Boston
but plays
College
hard.
DN they got was crazy.
Hmm.
They got him in the second round. Man,
But
man.
also, your Carolina Panthers picked up my tight end Mitchell Evans.
How's he? How is he, Oronde? Give me the rundown.
He's he's like a hmm like pre elbow. I won't actually no, that's actually too good of a comparison. Think think kind of like season two Kittle
Okay.
actually was invested in the blocking, but still have really good hands.
Okay, so really good. Yeah, I saw his highlights and he just like he always just these crazy one-handed catches like every game and then like he just has really good run blocking
Yep.
over. So,
So if
okay.
you need extra pass pro, he's your guy, and
Hey,
he can block and release and get a good chunk play.
for sure, for sure. Okay. Okay. Who else is on here? Any other surprise picks down here?
Cardinals got Denzel Burke.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jordan James going to the Niners.
Yeah.
Another Oregon great. He was solid.
I just quit, y'all. I'm just so
What?
sad and depressed. I ain't gonna lie to you. This Saints ruined my life.
Dog, Twitter's been a
We're distraught right
mess.
now. We're
Dude, a
distraught.
mess.
We are all distraught collectively. That's our issue right now. I mean, here we go. Let's jump back into some more productive ism. Round six, we saw two more quarterbacks jump off the board. Kyle McCord, who I like. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I like Kyle McCord a lot.
I was a fan of Kyle, especially even with him underperforming at Ohio State,
And
only
then
for him to go
succeeding.
and
Yeah.
blossom at Syracuse.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Entertaining watch for sure.
I mean, Ollie Gordon, the second, going to Miami, Oklahoma State. I like the pick a lot. I mean, that's one of the names that you like 2 years ago you would have thought Ollie Gordon would have been a first round pick.
And he can pass protect too.
And so I like Ollie Gordon. I like that pick to Miami a lot. Will Howard, Ohio State
Well,
quarterback coming
Howard,
off the board to Pittsburgh. Do they have their guy now?
I think he can produce sooner rather than later than some of the other quarterbacks picked
I'll
this
I'll
year.
make my prediction right now. I think they go. I think Rodgers signs before the season.
I thought he retired. No.
He didn't officially
No,
retire yet.
he's playing it up.
Yeah,
So,
he just got stood up by the Jets and he was pissed about it. So he was
yeah.
making a little fuss.
So
Right, baby.
um,
Yes.
I think he goes to Pittsburgh and he just plays 1 year, and then Will Howard takes over.
But is that not a waste for Pittsburgh?
It's not a waste. You can draft. I mean, he's a 6th round pick. It's not a waste. Who cares? If he doesn't,
If you want to
he's
say if
not good.
anyone's
He's
a
not good.
waste, it could be like why Riley Leonard was picked up by Indianapolis because
I like the pick.
why he's just a discount Anthony Richardson.
100%. But,
Well,
when one
actually,
stupid guy
stronger
goes
runner,
out, another stupid one has to come in, you know?
stronger runner though.
Yeah.
Boy, him bullying the absolute hell out of Purdue last season
Well, he's just
Yeah.
more
was
like
such a
he's more
good
of an
watch.
effective and safe runner. I wouldn't say stronger runner.
No, he's a stronger runner.
I think he's more strategic with it. He's not going out there like to put himself on the line.
Dude,
He's going out
I
there to
don't
run.
think you're understanding me. He is a stronger runner. He
Okay.
runs with more effort than Richardson did. Richardson did, I should say, before he got all his injuries.
Yeah.
He was like dead ass carrying 3 or 4 people over to the end zone because he ran through 2 of them and picked up 2 more. That's Riley Leonard.
We'll see.
Also, he's also just massive, so
Do we think he
you'd
gets any
expect
burn
that.
this year?
He could.
Yeah.
Who?
Leonard.
If
He
you
could.
have games that are Richardson, yeah, probably. I feel bad. One of my friends is a Colts fan, and I was like telling him about the Tyler Warren. I was like, dude, you guys got like a stud.
Yeah.
He's like, that's awesome. Good thing he's gonna
Be blocking.
the or the
The
ball's
ball's
gonna
gonna
be
be flying
15
over his
yards
head.
over his head because of
A tough
Richardson.
kick, man. It's a tough kick.
Now,
Two
on
Colorado dudes,
yes, I was gonna
receivers.
get to that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Wester and Jimmy Horn,
Yeah.
dude.
Jimmy Horn is now a
Jimmy Horn
Carolina
is gonna
Panther.
be, yeah, they're gonna have him as like a kick returner, I think.
Can
Uh,
you imagine running a not even trips, just double fade routes between between
I mean,
Leggett and
Panthers
Horn? That'd be so funny.
Leggett, Ward, McMillan.
Panthers had a good draft, man. I hate to say it out loud,
A
but they
good
did.
wide receiver class draft too.
Yeah.
Yep. We didn't talk
And
about him,
then
but they got Trevor Etienne.
yeah. Oh,
And
I talked
That's
about
gonna
him.
work.
I honestly I didn't even feel like talking about him, not gonna
I
lie.
said
He's
something
not
about
that
him.
I didn't hear it. I
I
wasn't listening, I
100%
guess.
did.
Wait, you what?
I said something about him.
Okay, no, you're right. You're right.
I didn't hear it.
I'm
Well,
just, I'm just
watch
saying.
the video when it comes out. Yeah, so I think those are good picks for those two receivers. I'm glad they got a chance, like you said, Oronde, these Colorado got the most receivers taken, and that's shows that Coach Prime ain't just sitting there doing dilly-dallying with his thumbs, I guess. And then the infamous round 7, the round that everybody cares about. Um, Anything that like stuck out to you?
I'm trying
Quinn
to.
Ewers, he's a Dolphin. I like Quinn. We all know I
Tez
love Quinn
Tez
Ewers.
Johnson going to the Bucks.
When
You think?
actually getting drafted,
He's gonna get some burn
He
for
was
sure.
he was
bro,
so. Did y'all see his face? He was so sad.
bro, I saw the funniest tweet this morning.
All the animals and stuff in his background, bro.
No, not even about that. Not even about Noah's Ark in his
Hell,
background. He, someone I forgot where it was, but they were like, he actually should have just redoed his eligibility and gone again
yeah.
rather than getting drafted 7th,
I mean,
almost undrafted.
he gonna make more money in college, bro.
That's what I was saying. He probably could have got a $5 million NIL evaluation, unlike Nico trying to leave Texas or not Texas,
Tennessee,
Tennessee, and then
clown show,
actually having basically a trade between them and UCLA.
clown
That's
show,
a conversation for another day.
clown show.
But Tez Johnson, Oregon, Buccaneer.
Yeah, I think he fell because his weight. He's like
Hey,
he's like the lightest player in the
he's
draft. He was at like
tiny.
Yeah,
150.
154.
But he's a
If he can
speed
put on
guy.
15
Oh,
pounds
he's a
Yeah.
stud.
Excuse me. He can
I
do
mean,
and
these wide
who
receivers for the
man.
Buccaneers. What the
Lovett
hell?
is a lion.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Another funny thing, the Bucks also got the heaviest player in the draft, the Florida D tackle.
No
I don't
way.
I don't remember what round he went in, or he was undrafted, I think. He might have been undrafted, but they like signed him. El Shiloh got signed to the Bucks.
Yep.
Shout out Shiloh. He was really playing the big brother role
Facts.
Oh, dude,
the whole draft. He was really an unsung hero for that.
I love that he was like, yeah, we're getting new agents after this.
And then immediately signed with Drew Rosenhaus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Incredible stuff.
All right. It's great.
Anywho, any final thoughts we got on this draft, man? It's just to me, it's a failure for
I
the Saints. Everybody else had a great draft except the New Orleans Saints. That's what
I think I think that
I am salty. Yep.
there were a bunch of interesting choices this year, as there are, but a lot more questionable ones.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that's not to say that there are a good number of what is it called? Linemen picked early and linemen picked late, but not in the middle, which I found kind of interesting. It was like you're just gonna sit there and wait for him to fall to you, but also you're gonna get the best ones off the board as soon as possible
Yeah.
because you guys don't know who you want to draft. Which I think I forgot who made it, but I saw a video. It was like teams know how to draft and they just don't. So it was like
Yeah. You never know.
it's all mind games with each
It's
other
it's
now.
it's all mind games. You need some luck. Um, you never know how these players are gonna pan out. You just hope that it's for the best. The Panthers need I'm just waiting, bro. I need the Panthers to hit on like an entire draft sooner or later because
This is
they
it.
not
This is it.
this has to be it. This is like if they can't hit on this draft, I think the last time they hit like on everybody in a draft was probably God, was it like the Jonathan Stewart draft maybe? Or like something like that. Like they always have like solid first round picks and then that's it.
Who
Like
okay, but I have a really good question. Who is your least favorite player to get signed as an undrafted free agent so far?
Like the
um
guy I hate the most.
Yeah.
oh
I
Musa
can't say mine
Muhammad.
out loud because some of us know the guy. Actually, I definitely cannot say it out loud because
You can't no, you cannot say that one.
do you know
You
who
gotta
I'm
put
saying? You know what I'm thinking of?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Uh
He
I don't
signed.
know.
Never mind.
I've just heard stuff about Musid, but
That's the one.
he signed with the Panthers. So
No shot. Why would you ask
Uh,
that question? You was such a dick.
sorry, I saw it this morning. I didn't know.
No, I'm talking about Oronde. He knew exactly
Yeah,
what.
Oronde, you set us up, dude. You set us up.
anyways, I have two players.
You're
We're
terrible. Oh
we're
no.
just
Donovan
hating on people
Edwards.
Cut that
now. What
out. I
is
gotta
this?
cut that out.
Donovan Edwards going to the
Oh,
Jets.
that was crazy. That was crazy. I can't
Bro,
believe he went undrafted.
Where did he play college?
Michigan.
Michigan. He was the
He was on the
cover of
Oh, the
cover.
Pro
running back.
Football.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And DJ Stupid Guy is a
Oh,
Charger.
ukulele.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
DJ
yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's
Ukulele.
a Charger.
Can I say his name? Absolutely. Will I say his name? No.
No, he ruined
How
Florida
did
State's career or season last year.
ruined is an understatement. I
Anyway,
honestly I wish he would have drafted before Tyler Show.
bro, don't piss me off right now.
But
Yeah.
that's all I got. That's all I got. I had another Ohio State player drafted, but it's a center. No one really cares for centers right now.
Well, hopefully not a lot of
No
people make it
offense.
to this part of the video, and so no one gets to know exactly what we just talked about. But regardless, appreciate y'all for listening to our NFL draft recap. And yeah, y'all have a good day. Peace out.